Virgo, mark this date, burn it into your memory, carve it into the surface of your mind, because Wednesday, July 29th is not approaching. It is already here. It has been traveling toward you since before you were born, moving through lifetimes, threading itself through the fabric of your karma, and now it has arrived at your doorstep with the weight of an entire cosmos behind it. I am not speaking in metaphors. I am not giving you a gentle forecast. I am telling you with every fiber of my intuitive being that on Wednesday, July 29th, everything explodes. Not in the way buildings crumble, not in the way the world ends, but in the way illusions shatter, in the way silence finally screams, in the way a life that has been held together by tension, by waiting, by the sheer force of your patience, finally ruptures open to reveal what has been living underneath. And Virgo, what lives underneath is going to change absolutely everything. Before we step into the full scope of what is coming, if your hands are already trembling, if your breath has shifted, if some part of you deep in your gut just whispered, yes, this is mine, then honor that recognition. Support this channel by liking this transmission, subscribing, and leaving your energy in the comments below. These messages are not random, they are surgical. They find the exact souls who are meant to intercept them at the exact second they are needed. Your engagement keeps this portal alive, and there is more coming through for you very soon. Now, Wednesday, July 29th. Let me tell you what I see, because what I see is not a dream. It is not a fantasy. It is not wishful thinking wrapped in spiritual language. It is a collision. It is a moment in time where multiple timelines converge into a single point of impact, and that point of impact is your reality. You have been feeling the pressure building. Do not tell me you have not. For days now, perhaps weeks, there has been a static in the air around you, a hum that you cannot locate, a restlessness that does not respond to logic. You have been waking up at strange hours, your heart pounding for no reason you can name. You have been seeing repeating numbers with an intensity that feels almost aggressive. 11, 11, 2, 22, 4, 44. They are not comforting anymore. They are urgent. They are countdowns. You have been dreaming in fragments that feel more real than your waking life faces you recognize but cannot place. Conversations that continue when you open your eyes, a sense of déjà vu so strong it makes you dizzy. And then there is the emotion, the inexplicable waves of grief, excitement, fear, and anticipation that crash over you without warning, as if your body is preparing for a shock that your mind has not yet received. Virgo, your body knows. Your body has always known. And your body is telling you that July 29th is the day the dam breaks. I need you to understand the nature of this explosion, because it is not what you think. You are not going to lose everything. You are not going to be destroyed. This is not a tower moment in the traditional sense, though the energy is just as disruptive. This is a controlled demolition of every lie, every mask, every comfortable delusion that has been keeping you and this person in a state of suspended animation. The explosion is internal first. It happens inside them. It happens inside you. And then, because energy always seeks form, it manifests in the physical world with a speed and ferocity that will leave you stunned. On Wednesday, July 29th, something is revealed. A truth that has been buried under layers of politeness, of timing, of fear, of social expectation, finally detonates, and the shockwave reaches every corner of your connection. There will be no more hiding after this. There will be no more pretending that what exists between you is casual or past or manageable. The force of what comes to light will be too powerful to contain, too bright to dim, too loud to ignore. Let me be specific about what I am channeling, Virgo, because specificity matters when the energy is this concentrated. I see this person on the morning of July 29th. They wake up different. Something has shifted in their sleep. Maybe it was a dream so vivid it felt like a visitation. Maybe it was a moment of clarity that arrived without invitation, slicing through their usual mental noise like a blade. Maybe they simply open their eyes and know with a certainty that terrifies them that today is the day. Today they cannot lie anymore. Today they cannot swallow the words that have been choking them. Today they cannot go through the motions of a life that does not include you in its center. And so they move. They move with a desperation that bypasses their usual caution. They move as if guided by a hand they cannot see, pushing them toward an action they have rehearsed 1,000 times in their mind but never had the courage to execute. By midday, Virgo, the first tremor hits. A message, a call, an appearance, something that shatters the pattern of your recent history with this person, something that comes out of nowhere and yet feels exactly like fate. The message or the call or the confrontation, it does not matter which vehicle the universe chooses. The content is what detonates. This person is going to say something that stops time. They are going to confess a truth so raw, so unfiltered, so completely stripped of the protective language they usually hide behind, that you will feel the ground shift beneath your feet. They may tell you that they have been in love with you since the moment they met you, and that every day of silence has been a form of dying. They may tell you that they ended another connection because no one else could ever occupy the space you hold in their heart. They may tell you that they have been tracking your energy, your movements, your growth, not as a stalker, but as someone who recognizes their other half and cannot bear the separation any longer. They may reveal a secret they have kept from everyone, a trauma, a fear, a wound that explains why they pushed you away, why they ran, why they chose distance when every cell in their body screamed for closeness. And Virgo, when they speak these words, you will know in the deepest chamber of your soul that this is not manipulation. This is not a game. This is a human being exploding open because they can no longer contain the pressure of their own truth. But the explosion is not one-sided, Virgo. Oh no, because on Wednesday, July 29th, you are going to detonate too. Something in you is going to break open. It might be the wall you built around your heart after they hurt you. It might be the narrative you have been clinging to, that you are fine without them, that you have moved on, that you do not need anyone. It might be the fear that has kept you from speaking your own truth, from admitting that you still feel something, that you still hope, that you still dream of them in the quiet hours when your defenses are down. July 29th is going to force your hand. The universe is not going to let you hide anymore either. You are going to feel an overwhelming urge to respond, not with your usual measured, careful, meticulously constructed reply, but with something raw, something immediate, something that bypasses your Virgo filter and comes straight from the source of your being. You might cry, you might laugh, you might say something so honest that it shocks even you, and in that moment of mutual detonation, Virgo, the old world ends. The world where you were separate, where you were guarded, where you were playing roles and reading from scripts that were written by your fears. that world burns, and from the ashes, something new rises. Something real, something undeniable. I am seeing the hours of July 29th unfolding like a film in my mind, and the intensity is making my own heart race. I see mid-afternoon. Synchronicities begin to cascade. You hear a song that was playing during a pivotal moment with this person. You see a stranger wearing their cologne or perfume. You receive a message from someone else that somehow references exactly what you are going through, as if the entire universe has tuned itself to the frequency of your connection. Your phone buzzes at exactly the moment you think of them. You look at the clock and see their birthday, or yours, or a number that means something only to the two of you. These are not coincidences, Virgo. These are confirmations. These are the universe saying, pay attention, this is real, this is happening, you are not imagining this. The veil is so thin on July 29th that you will be able to feel their emotions even when you are miles apart. You will know they are thinking of you before they reach out. You will sense their nervousness, their desperation, their hope as clearly as if they were standing in the room with you. Your intuition, already sharp, will become a razor. You will see through every illusion. You will hear the truth behind every word. You will know instantly and without doubt whether this person is genuine or whether they are still performing. And that knowing is going to be one of the most powerful explosions of all, because it will free you from uncertainty forever. By evening, Virgo, the energy reaches its peak. If this person has not already appeared in your physical reality, they will be on their way. I see travel. I see movement. I see someone getting in a car, on a train, on a plane, driven by a force they cannot explain. They are not thinking about the logistics. They are not calculating the risks. They are moving on pure soul instinct, and nothing in the physical world can stop them. Traffic parts for them, obstacles dissolve. The universe is clearing their path because this meeting is written in the stars, and the stars do not negotiate, they align. And when this person arrives, whether it is at your door, at your workplace, at a location that holds meaning for both of you, the collision is going to be electric. You will feel it before you see them. The air will change, your skin will prickle, your breath will catch, and then you will turn, and there they will be, changed, open, vulnerable, in a way that makes them almost unrecognizable. Their eyes will be different. They will look at you not with the casual glance of someone from your past, but with the piercing gaze of someone who has seen the truth and cannot unsee it. They will not have a script. They will not have a plan. They will have only their heart, beating so loudly you can almost hear it, and their truth, which they have carried across whatever distance separated you like a burning coal in their bare hands. The conversation that follows will not be polite. It will not be small talk. It will not be a careful dance around the edges of what you both know. It will be a demolition. Every wall will come down. Every secret will surface. Every word that was ever swallowed will be vomited into the space between you. They will tell you about the nights they cried into their pillow because they missed you so much it felt like dying. They will tell you about the moment they realized they had made the biggest mistake of their life by letting you go. They will tell you about the dreams they have had where you are together, happy, whole, and the pain of waking up from those dreams into a reality where you are absent. They will tell you that they have tried to replace you and failed so completely that they stopped trying. They will tell you that you are the standard by which they now measure every other human being, and that every other human being falls so short it is almost comical. and they will ask you, beg you, plead with you to give them a chance to prove that they can be different. Not the person they were before, not the person who ran, who hid, who chose fear over love, but the person this explosion has forged. The person who has been stripped of everything except the truth of their love for you. And Virgo, in the face of this avalanche of honesty, you will have to choose. Not the choice you rehearsed, not the choice your pride wants you to make, but the choice your soul knows is right. You will have to decide whether to let this person back into your orbit, and if so, under what terms. You will have to decide whether the explosion has cleared enough debris to build something new, or whether the foundation is too damaged, too compromised, too unsafe. You will have to trust your gut in a way you have never trusted it before, because on July 29th, your gut will not lie. It cannot lie. The energy is too pure, too revealing, too absolute. If they are meant to be in your life, you will feel a yes so deep it resonates in your bones. If they are not, you will feel a no so clear it rings like a bell. There will be no ambiguity. There will be no confusion. The explosion destroys confusion. It leaves only truth. But the explosion is bigger than just this person, Virgo. Wednesday, July 29th, is going to detonate other areas of your life too. You may receive unexpected news about your career, your finances, your living situation, your health news that seems disruptive at first, but is actually the universe clearing space for what is meant to come. You may have a conversation with a family member that finally heals an old wound. You may make a decision about your future that you have been postponing for months, maybe years, because the energy of the day makes procrastination impossible. You may feel an overwhelming urge to purge your physical space, to throw away objects, clothes, memories that no longer align with who you are becoming. You may feel compelled to change your hair, your style, your routine, as if the external explosion demands an external transformation to match. This is all part of it, Virgo. This is all the same detonation, rippling outward from the core truth that is being revealed in your connection. Because when the truth of your heart is finally spoken, it cannot help but rearrange every other aspect of your reality to match its frequency. I want to speak to the part of you that is afraid right now, because I know you are. I know that the idea of everything exploding terrifies the part of you that values stability, predictability, control. You are a Virgo. You like to know what is coming. You like to prepare. You like to have a plan, a backup plan, and a backup plan for your backup plan. And I am telling you that on July 29th, all plans become irrelevant. The universe is not asking for your permission. It is not checking your schedule. It is delivering a moment of destiny that operates on its own timeline, and your job is not to control it. Your job is to survive it, to witness it, to allow it to transform you. The fear you feel is natural, but it is not necessary. The explosion is not here to harm you. It is here to free you. It is here to blow apart the cage you did not even realize you were living in. The cage of waiting, the cage of wondering, the cage of dimming your light so that someone else would not feel intimidated, the cage of telling yourself that you are okay when you are not, the cage of accepting less than you deserve because you are afraid of what happens when you demand more. July 29th blows the roof off that cage, and yes, the open air might feel overwhelming at first. The sudden exposure might make you want to crawl back into the rubble. But Virgo, you were never meant to live in a cage. You were meant to fly. And the explosion is the only thing strong enough to launch you. This person who is coming toward you on July 29th, they are part of your launch. They are the catalyst, the trigger, the match that lights the fuse, but the explosion is yours. It is your transformation. It is your awakening. It is the moment you stop playing small and start occupying the full magnitude of your being. And whether this person stays or goes, whether they prove worthy of the new you or fade into the background of your past, the explosion remains, the truth remains, the freedom remains. You cannot lose what is real, Virgo. And what is real is your power. What is real is your worth. What is real is the love you have for yourself that has been growing in the dark, quietly, patiently, waiting for the moment when it could finally break through the surface and claim its place in the sun. By the time the sun sets on Wednesday, July 29th, you will be a different person. You may not notice it immediately. The shock might numb you for a few hours, maybe a few days. But when the dust settles, when your ears stop ringing, when you look around at the landscape of your life and see what has been destroyed and what has been revealed, you will understand. You will understand that this was not a random Tuesday or Wednesday. This was a portal. This was a threshold. This was the day the universe looked at you and said, enough waiting, enough hiding, enough pretending. It is time. And you step through. You may have stumbled. You may have screamed. You may have cried, but you stepped through. And on the other side is a version of your life that you have been dreaming of, but did not believe you were allowed to have. Virgo, I need you to prepare for this, not by controlling the outcome, but by grounding yourself so deeply that no explosion can knock you off your center. Meditate, breathe, drink water, sleep as much as you can in the days leading up to July 29th. Because your nervous system is going to need every ounce of resilience. Clear your schedule if you can. Create space. Do not overload yourself with obligations on that day, because you are going to need room to process, to react, to feel, and most importantly, open your heart. Not in a naive way, not in a way that abandons your boundaries, but in a way that says, I am ready for the truth, whatever it is. I am ready to see clearly. I am ready to let go of what is false so that what is true can finally find me. That openness is your protection. That openness is your strength. That openness is the only preparation that matters, because the explosion is coming whether you are ready or not. But if you are open, you will ride the shockwave instead of being crushed by it. I also sense that there may be witnesses to this explosion, Virgo. Other people who are present when the truth detonates. Friends, family, colleagues, who suddenly see the dynamic between you and this person with perfect clarity. Secrets that were kept from others may also surface. Mutual connections may reveal things they have known for a long time but were afraid to tell you. The explosion does not respect privacy. It illuminates everything. And while that may feel exposing, it is also liberating. There is a unique freedom in having everything out in the open, in no longer having to maintain the facade, in no longer having to protect other people's feelings at the expense of your own truth. July 29th is the day the lights come on in a room that has been dark for too long. And yes, you will see the dust and the cobwebs and the mess that was hidden in the shadows, but you will also see the door. And the door has been there all along, waiting for you to notice it. When this person stands before you, trembling with the weight of what they are about to say, remember this. They are not the enemy. They are not the villain of your story. They are a soul, just like you, who has been caught in the same storm of confusion and fear. They are a soul who has finally been cracked open by the same cosmic force that is cracking you open. And in that mutual brokenness, there is the possibility of a deeper connection than you ever had before. Not the connection of two perfect people performing for each other, but the connection of two broken people who have seen the truth and chosen each other anyway. That is the connection that survives explosions. That is the connection that builds cathedrals from rubble. That is the connection that lasts. Virgo, Wednesday, July 29th, is not a dream. It is not a fantasy. It is a date written in the architecture of your destiny. The universe has been preparing you for this moment without your conscious knowledge. Every lesson you learned, every heartbreak you endured, every night you spent rebuilding yourself piece by piece, every boundary you enforced, every time you chose yourself over the comfort of a lie, it was all preparation for this. You are ready. You are more ready than you know. And when the explosion comes, you will not crumble. You will rise. You will rise through the smoke and the noise and the chaos, and you will find yourself standing in a clearing where the air is clean and the view is clear and the path forward is finally blessedly visible. Trust this, Virgo. Trust the timing. Trust the intensity. Trust the explosion. It is not here to destroy you. It is here to deliver you. It is here to blast away every obstacle between you and the life you are meant to live. It is here to bring the truth to light. And the truth, however shocking, however disruptive, however much it rearranges your world, is always on your side. Always. The universe does not orchestrate chaos for cruelty. It orchestrates chaos for creation. And on July 29th, you are being created anew. Stand firm, Virgo. Stand open. Stand ready. The countdown has already begun. The fuse is lit. And when the detonation comes, do not run from it. Run toward it. Run toward the truth with your arms wide open and your heart unguarded. Because on the other side of this explosion is everything you have been waiting for. If this reading ignited something in you, if you feel the truth of July 29th vibrating through your entire being, then anchor that energy here. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment below, and claim this explosion as yours. The universe is listening, the timeline is shifting, and what is coming next for you, Virgo, will be even more powerful than what has come before. Stay grounded, stay open, and remember you were built to withstand the blast, and you were born to rise from the ashes.